Stay Tuned Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of a drunken degenerate watching the National Football League.
And welcome everybody to Stay Tuned Sports. Get ready for this NFC divisional matchup between the San Francisco 49ers and the Seattle Seahawks, the winner of which will go to the NFC Championship game to face either the Los Angeles Rams of Inglewood, California, or they'll take on the Chicago Bears. We'll find that out tomorrow evening. For right now, thank you so much for joining us. If you like anything about this broadcast, please hit that like button. Hit that share button. Let the world know that this channel exists. That is a huge, huge help for us. And, of course, as always, if you haven't done so yet or this is your first time here, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button and the notification bell as we are on the road to 1,000 subscribers and hopefully being monetized on this great and glorious platform known as YouTube. If you're joining us in the chat, thank you so very much. If you're in the chat, make sure that you please hit that live chat option instead of the top chat on the toggle down menu on the top of it. Thank you so very much for that. Pecan in the chat says, let's go, bitch pigeons. As that is the poll question. Who do you think is moving on to the NFC Championship game? Will it be the Santa Clara Golden Boys or the SeaTac bitch pigeons? Again, Seattle, the Seahawks, they just went ahead and they beat the San Francisco 49ers at Santa Clara to get the number one seed just 2 short weeks ago on this very Saturday night. Now, here we are, another Saturday night, another 49er versus Seattle game. This time, it's for everything. The loser goes home for the year. It's over. It's done. Your season's done. Pack your shit. Get out. The winner, they get to move on to the NFC Championship game. If Seattle wins, NFC Championship game's coming there, baby. Lumen Stadium. That's where it's going to be. However, if the 49ers win, the NFC Championship game will be at either Soldier Field in Chicago, Illinois, or it'll be at the beautiful, just absolutely palatial SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California. So we're going to find out soon. We are 60 game minutes, maybe more, kind of like as our last game was. Great game between the Buffalo Bills and the Denver Broncos, kind of ruined at the end by the officials. But what can you do? What can you do except hate all the officials all the time, forever, because they suck? Speaking of which, if you hate the officials as much as I do, and really, if you're a Bills fan right now, this is probably going to be dedicated to you. Fuck the Ref hoodie and t-shirt available right now over at the Stay Tuned Sports merch store. Link is in the top of the chat or in the description below, or you can just go to bit.ly/staytunedmerch. That's bit.ly/staytunedmerch. And Seattle's going to return the kickoff to the 40, to the 30, to the 20, to the 10, 5. It's a touchdown. There's a flag down, though. Hold on. Are the officials going to take this one off the board? Here I am trying to sell shit, and it turns out I might have missed. What do we got, though? Hold on, because we've got a flag. Got to see what the officials say here. We got Hussey in this game. They say it's a touchdown. Rashid Shaheed on the opening kickoff brings it back. They're going to say taunting on him. What a way to start this game. Seattle already put there. Oh, my God. Pecan is not. Is he hidden by Top Chat again? Oh, I'm sorry, Pecan. I see you in there because I got live chat on, which is what you should have. Oh, my God. Oh, it was trying to trip. Okay, so it was attempted trip on the 49ers. It was on Pinheiro for trying to trip. Okay. Snap, hold. The extra point is up, and it is good. And just like that, there is 14-47 in the first quarter, and Seattle's already up 7-0 as they return that back for a touchdown. San Francisco already behind the 8 ball. Yeah, kicker tried to try. I caught that. I didn't know what was. Oh, my God. Crafty says, kicker be tripping, yo. Wow. Fireworks to start off in Seattle. That crowd barely had time. They were just doing the loud. They raised the flag for the 12. They were cheering. They were loud. Yeah, kick off. Let's get loud, baby. We're going to get the ball first. And then you return it all the way for a touchdown. Crafty, dude, I thought that was one of the best pickups they got. I liked Shaheed when he was on the Saints. I thought Rashid Shaheed was a great wide receiver, like 3 kind of option. And then especially on special teams, I thought he was able to give you a lot. And since he got traded to Seattle, he has been nothing but dividends for the Seahawks. Seahawks kicked this one. It's going to be short hopped. It did not make the landing zone. And that's going to bring it out to the 40-yard line. So the Niners get great field position. Jimbo says, let's go Seabirds, because, you know, fuck. I like how I call them Seabirds, because you're always like, go Birds, go Birds. I know my stats is going nuts here, because I'm trying to fix the damn. I don't know why the one website just stay where you are, please. 1st and 10 for the 49ers. I didn't even move it back over to 49ers yet. Brock Purdy looks. Oh, my God! Brock Purdy got murdered. That might be a fumble. It's picked up. It's returned. That could be another touchdown. They're going to say incomplete. I don't think that's incomplete. Woo! That is good. They're going to call that just close. Jimbo says, hey, you just rooted for Philly. When did I root for Philly? I never root for Philly. Ever. Wow, Purdy got lucky on that one. I thought that was another touchdown. So Purdy in shotgun takes the snap. Throws. That's going to be bobbled there by Juwan Jennings. Good for 4 yards. 3rd and 6 coming up from the 44-yard line. Because I'm mimicking you, like with your dumbness, with your dumb bird stuff and your caca and your all that fly eagle size nonsense. Pecan says, settle down, babies. I'm excited. I got to get more caffeine, by the way. Purdy takes a snap on 3rd and 6. Pump fakes. Now he's escaping pressure. Can't hold it that long. Throws. That's going to be caught and good for a first down. 7-yard gain to Tongas. Or Tongas, whatever. I think it's Tongas. Jake Tongas with the catch. 7-yard. First down. Move the chains for the Seahawks at the 50. Actually, it's at the 49 of the Seahawks, so they give him a little bit more there. There you go. 13:34 and counting remaining here in the first. Niners already down 7-0 as the opening kickoff was returned by Rashid Shaheed. Hand off to McCaffrey. McCaffrey's going to bowl his way forward for a gain of 7 yards. 2nd and 3 from the Seattle 42-yard line. San Francisco looking to get right back into this game after their special teams allowed a opening kickoff return for a touchdown. Haven't seen one of those in a long time. Purdy's going to go under center for this one. 2nd and 3. There's a pitch out to Brian Robinson. Robinson's going to get to the 40. He's going to be about half a yard short. First down marker is right in between the 40 and the 39-yard line of Seattle. Robinson only got to the 40. It is 3rd and half a yard from the 40-yard line. Purdy under center. You'd think maybe you do a quarterback sneak here, but it doesn't look like it. It is not. It is a handoff to CMC, and he's only going to get to the line of scrimmage if that. He might have lost a yard. No, they say it's just a 0-yard gain. 4th and 1 on the 40. Can you get half a yard, 49ers? I don't know if they can. Going for it. 4th and 1. It is now a full yard, 4th and 1. Purdy takes the snap. He looks, he throws. We got whistles halfway after the ball snap. How do you call a timeout when the play's already halfway done? Wow. The Seahawks defense calls themselves the dark side. If you have to call yourself something, let's be honest, it's kind of gay. Stop giving yourself a name. What I call myself is the dark side, like the Force. Oh, spooky. Oh, Seattle defense so spooky. Like, what are we doing? Come on. Lloyd in the chat says, let's go Seahawks. So 4th and 1 again coming up here for the 49ers. Purdy under center. Juszczyk in the backfield. It's going to be a handoff to Juszczyk. He was looking to pitch it. Pitches it does. Then it's a fumble out of bounds. There's a whole bunch of shit going on. I don't know what that was, but all I know is that it's a turnover, and Seattle takes over. That ball went out on their own 44-yard line. So 1st and 10 Seattle. From their own oh boy. It's funny, on my stat tracker, it says Kyle Juszczyk fumbles, and then in parentheses, aborted. That play was an abortion. That was an abortion of a play. That play is not even good for stem cells. That was atrocious. Can I change my pick? Can I change my pick for the... It's like, all of a sudden, I don't feel as confident in my 49ers pick. Not that I felt confident with it to begin with, but... Yeesh. Ooh. This might be a rough game. Lloyd says, my high ass is laughing. My lady friend is happy that the Broncos won. How happy? Like, is it like, did she send you titty pictures happy? Like, she's like, yeah, we won. Woo! Look at my Mile High Rockies. Woo! That's, that's fun. That's good times. You know what I mean? Random boo pictures are often fun, especially after a good football game, Lloyd. I'll tell you that. So, speaking of which, if having a good time for me to go get my coffee. I need to be caffeinated. And also, here's the other thing, too. Like, looking back at that, how do you, like, the fact that the officials stopped that other play after it was halfway, like, it was already halfway over, that seems a little weird. Again, not a big fan of the officiating, the way it ended in the Broncos game, and kind of so far what's happening here. Like, that's a little wonky there. 1st and 10 for Seattle, and that's going to be a 4-yard gain there. Sam Darnold over the middle. That's going to be caught, and that's going to be good enough for a first down. That's going to be old Kenneth Walker there, getting an 8-yard gain on the pass out of the backfield. 1st and 10 down at the Niners' 45-yard line. Seattle working fast here. Seattle wearing their Northwestern, like, deep navy blue helmets, navy blue jerseys, and navy blue pants. I hate the monochrome look, but that's kind of what Seattle does. Darnold throws over the middle. He was looking for JSN, but that was closer to being intercepted than anything else. Incomplete. 2nd and 10 for the Seattle Seahawks. Crafty says the replay just proved that timeout was called first. It's still late. I don't know. Like, if you're talking about, like, bang, bang kind of situation, like, to me, it feels like if you're calling a timeout, like, that half a second even before the ball snaps, like, that's, poof. Pitch out to Charbonnet. Oh, and look at Charbonnet. 15 yards for Charbonnet. Gets it down to the Niners' 30-yard line. I don't know why. I feel like his name needs to be pronounced with that little French thing. He did very well for me in my fantasy team this year, so big fan of Charbonnet. King, can you please stop doing that? I hear you already telling me from just through the chat. I can feel it telepathically telling me, Whoom, saying, King, doing that French shit. Please stop it. Whoom. And I got to tell you, I'm probably not. 1st and 10 from the 30. Darnold's under center here. He takes the snap. It's going to be another handoff here to Charbonnet. And he's going to kind of trip over the turf. Turf monster got him there. 4-yard run. 2nd and 6 from the 26 for the Seattle Seahawks. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us here on this beautiful Saturday evening as we watch the San Francisco 49ers take on the Seattle Seahawks on Stay Tuned Sports. I'm your boy King, hanging out with you here. If you like anything about this channel, especially the way I say Charbonnet, I don't know why you would. Hit that like button, hit that share button, let the world know that we exist. And, of course, as always, please, if you could, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. Throw to Cooper Kupp on the left side. That's going to be just short of the first down. 5-yard completion, 3rd and 1 at the 21. Pecan says they should give coaches a timeout flare gun. Just give coaches a gun. That'll work. Those referees are going to get a little bit more selective with their penalty calling. Pass interference, you say, huh? They got A.J. Barner kind of in the Steelers tush-push situation there. And that's going to be a first down as Sam Darnold does the Aaron Rodgers Superman pose. 49ers are saying that there's a fumble. I don't know what the Niners are trying to say, but it's good enough for a first down. 2 yards for Barner on the modified kind of the Aaron Rodgers Pittsburgh Steelers tush push where, Sam Darnold and Aaron Rodgers just kind of stand in the background and just, it looks pretty good. Good job. Good job, guys. Well, we got whistles. We got whistles and we got flags, and that's going to be a false start on the Seahawks. 7:15 and counting in the first quarter out of 1st and 15 after a 5-yard penalty. Handoff to Kenneth Walker. Kenneth Walker is going to get it back down to the 19-yard line, so they get the penalty yardage back on a 5-yard gain by Kenneth Walker. I was going to say 1st and 10. It's not. It's 2nd and 10. It was 1st and 15. I love Seattle's rushing attack. I truly, truly do. I like it. There's a couple teams that have that. I like Seattle with Kenneth Walker and Charbonnet. I love the Bears with Swift and Monangai, which is also just fun to say. I like the Rams with Williams and Corum. I think they have a great 1-2 punch there. Throws caught by Cooper Kupp is going to be about a yard, maybe 2 short. They're going to say it's an 8-yard gain, so we're 3rd and 2 upcoming. And you notice all the teams I said that have the great 1-2 punch, a lot of them are NFC West teams, except for obviously the Niners. But even the Niners, I like CMC, but I like Brian Robinson. I liked him when he was with Washington, and I do like him with San Francisco. He's been able to do a lot. So I don't think it's at the quality of the other ones I said, but I think all 4 of the NFC teams have a great 1-2 running back punch. Charbonnet on 3rd and 2 is going to be stopped in the backfield, losing 2 yards, and it's going to be 4th and 4 for the Seahawks from San Francisco's 13-yard line. Yeah, 13-yard line, 22 or 13. You know you're going to see Taylor Swift pop up here on the stream, ladies and gentlemen. If you're new to the stream, that is something that we do here. Taylor Swift, who we are big fans of and who we love very much. If we get a 22 or 13 reference, both of which are kind of numbers associated with Taylor Swift will pop up on the screen. Field goal attempt for Seattle is snap, hold, kick, up, good, and Seattle is up to a 10-0 lead here early on in this game. 5:06 remaining here in the first quarter in Seattle. The Seahawks 10-0. They got a touchdown off of the opening kickoff, and San Francisco had a disastrous 4th and 1 play where it just, I don't know what they were thinking with that. But here we go. San Francisco is going to get the ball back here on the kickoff. Pecan, of course, with his Taylor Hart on there in the chat. Thank you so much, Pecan, for showing your support for the channel and for, of course, the good, the lovely, the beautiful Taylor Swift. Crafty says, Charbonnet went back away. Ha ha! I see what you did there. You're clever. You're clever, Crafty. Crafty is our residential dad joker, and that's why we love Crafty. He's an integral part of the Stay Tuned Sports community. And we love him. We love him, and we accept him for who he is and all of his weird depravities that he does indulge in. But you know what? Who's perfect? Are any of us truly perfect? I don't. I'm just messing with you, Crafty. I love you. I love coffee, and I love football. I love playoff football. I like playoff football better when the referees don't screw around with it, but trying to see if we got anything here on the twits. So here's the thing: like, do the Bills are the Bills ever gonna do it? Like, it feels like that window is closed now. Like, here you go, you got a playoff where the Chiefs are out, the Ravens aren't in it. It felt like this was all set up for you to actually kind of do something this year, and you give up 5 turnovers, and you still almost win the game. But just think, if you hadn't, even one of those turnovers changes the game. One of those turnovers, the Bills win. It just seems like they're always in that same. Like, it's just, it's so crazy. It's so crazy. I feel bad. I do feel bad for Bills fans here. 1st and 10, handoff here to CMC. He gets 3 yards. 2nd and 7 coming up from the 31-yard line for the San Francisco 49ers. Crafty says, so who will Denver be hosting next week? Jimbo responds, some team from the AFC. Of course, Jimbo. That's interesting. I wonder, part of me thought, like, I picked the Patriots, so we'll see. We'll see tomorrow. Purdy back. Throws. That's going to be caught. Tongas fumbles. And the Seahawks recover. Okay. Is it too early to call game? Is it too early to call game? I feel like it's getting ready to time to call game. This is just, yeah, that one came back. I mean, it's just the one coming out of the second half. That was a big fumble. It's so bad. And Pecan just says, "Oh no, dude, I'm already kind of checking out of this game. I'm already checking out." You had the you had the kickoff return to start the game. Then the Niners fumble, like the 4th and 1 play was a weird fumble toss back option, kind of didn't know what was going on between Juszczyk and CMC, and a turnover on downs. Now you have Tongas just turned the ball over after what was a pretty good reception on his part, going for the first down, and it was an 11-yard gain before he fumbled it, and now it's going to be 1st and 10 for Seattle from the Niners 42 after the return. It's just, Pecan says Patriots at Broncos. It feels like that. And in that case, I got to go Patriots. Again, what did you see from the Broncos today that made you think, yeah, man, this Broncos team, they can go all the way out? I mean, the fact that it took overtime and the referees kind of helping you out to win after you won the turnover battle +4. The Bills had 5 turnovers. The Broncos had 1. And you had to go to overtime, deep into overtime, and have the referees bail you out in order to go ahead and beat the Bills. Like, what part of the Broncos game are people impressed by? The Bills moved the ball at will against that defense. Josh Allen made a ton of mistakes with the fumbles, which is a lot of the turnovers there. When I look at that, and you're gifted 5 turnovers, and you still, like, it's just, I'm sorry, there's nothing about the Broncos that impressed me. There's still nothing about the Broncos that impressed me, and there's nothing about the Broncos that will impress me. I'm sorry. I know I'm going to be coming off, like, I'm not coming off as bitter. It's not that I hate the Broncos. The Broncos are one of those teams that I don't even really give too much of a shit about. In fact, I talk about when I was a kid, I liked them. I liked the whole Orange Crush thing, like the soda and everything. Like, it was all crazy. Oh, yeah, Orange Crush. I love the uniforms. Especially the throwback uniforms. I love the throwback uniforms. That's the one I'm talking about. But, like, there's no, I'm not sitting there shitting on the Broncos to shit on the Broncos. I'm shitting on the Broncos because I don't get it. I don't get it. ELS says, wow, the 49ers suck today. Yeah, it's not going great. Sam Darnold, 1st and 10. After the fumble, he's going to look, and he's going to get sacked. And he's down on the ground. It was a nasty little spill there.
But too bad your ass
That might hurt the old plate. Jimbo says, hey, King, do you realize how good our Notre Dame wide receiver room is going to be? The 2 OSU wide receivers we got, plus Greathouse, plus five. Yeah, dude, it's. I think Marcus Freeman is like, as much as NFL teams might be trying to lure him in, I think he comes back, and if he comes back, it feels like Notre Dame's going to be on an absolute mission next year. Big throw from Darnold to Kupp to the first down marker, and that's going to be a first down, 21-yard pass from Darnold to Cooper Kupp. That was on 2nd and 20 after the sack. It was a 10-yard sack, and they got 21 yards on it. 1,000%, Jimbo. Championship or bust. I don't disagree when it comes to Notre Dame next year. Darnold on 1st and 10. From the 31, throws incomplete. Who was even the intended receiver on that one? Yeah, just even the stat tracker says, I don't see any intended receiver on that one. He just threw that short. Pecan says if Ole Miss gets Trinidad back, that they are going to go all the way next year. Not without Lane Kiffin there. I don't know who does Ole Miss get as their coach. Darnold on 2nd and 10, avoids the pressure, throws down the middle. Whoa! And the receiver gets tackled before. Now there's a pass interference penalty that you got to call. You just got to call that one. And that's going to put the ball down at the 8-yard line. That's a 1st and goal coming up there. First and goal for Seattle. Dude, this one might be over. We need Jimbo, get Alicia in here. We might need to get this might need to get a little crazy in here because I don't know. This game looks like it is not going to be not going to be good. Now, at least not as good as that Bills Broncos game, that's for sure. First and goal, 4 yards for Kenneth Walker right up the middle. 2nd down and goal from the 4-yard line for the Seahawks as they're getting ready to punch this sumbitch in. Seattle putting their foot down right now. ELS with a bold prediction here says, I'm going to just throw this out there. Seattle, they're going to be leading by 31 at the half. That's a big bet. We're going to keep that out there. Sam Darnold steps out, looks, back of the end zone, throw, caught by JSN, and that is a touchdown, Seahawks. As they are about to go up 16-0, and with the extra point will be 17-0. Oh, boy. If you're a Niners fan, hey, listen. You guys had a great season with all the injuries. Getting down here with this, like, amazing work by the 49ers. No one can take you take that away from you. You guys played a hell of a season with all of those injuries. But I guess at some point, it's just got to catch up with you. And that's what's happening right now. 1:50 remaining in the first quarter. Extra point is up. Extra point is good. It is 17-0. Seattle over San Francisco. Already here in the NFC divisional playoffs. Alicia says, really? Bitch pigeons? There was supposed to be a it was like some expansion team. I think it was a soccer team or something. And they had like a name the team contest. And that one was getting a lot of clear. I think it might have been for like a USL team or something. And they were like, yeah, no. I think it was going to be like the Rain City Bitch Pigeons or something like that. So that's always stuck in my head, the Bitch Pigeons name. I think that's a great name. Great name for a team. Alicia says, I was summoned, so I am here. I was just saying, this game seems to be so out of control, we might need some other forms of entertainment to make this Saturday night go and be a little bit more entertaining, get people engaged in the stream. So when I look for, engagement of inappropriateness, I think of Alicia. Crafty in the chat says, there were analysts on TV suggesting that Darnold was faking the oblique injury just to set up an excuse for himself. What pieces of shit these talking heads are. Yeah, again, those are your Skip Baylesses. Those are your people on there that just, they say shit to say shit because they got to fill time and say shit. I hate it. I don't like it. It sucks. Pecan in the chat says, I will admit, I don't think the Broncos can beat Seattle. I don't think the Broncos can beat the Patriots. I honestly don't think the Broncos could beat the Bills 9 out of 10 times. Even today, with the 5 turnovers, they still needed refs' help to do it. So it's kind of like, yeah. ELS says, Jimbo, with how this game is looking, I don't give a care that what Alicia says. ELS, it's not, yeah, first of all, as dictated by me a couple weeks ago, Alicia has free reign. She can say whatever she wants in here. Unless, I have given her that. It's number Patriot, Fede, Spiritus Sanctus. She has that blessing. You have that blessing too, kind of. Sometimes you go a little nuts. You go a little too far, ELS. You go a little too far. Alicia says, I make the chat spicy. Yes, you do. The old Spice Channel. Remember that? You used to watch it through the squiggles? We all do. Well, not all of us. Some of you youngins, you don't know. You don't know the struggle we had to do back in the day. Jimbo's asking ELS in the chat. And if you want to join us in the chat, by the way, the chat is open. Come in and say hi. Say hello. Say, hey, how you doing? Be part of the community. Make sure that you click on live chat, not top chat, so you can see everybody's messages. Jimbo's asking ELS about his feelings on LaFleur, since ELS is our resident Packers fan. And ELS says, doesn't surprise me that the Packers want to extend him. And Günther Kunst. And the 49ers are going to go ahead and take the touchback. So they'll have it at the 35-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Niners, already in a 17-0 hole. So here we go. 1:50 remaining in the first quarter. It's 17-0 Seattle, and the Niners have 1st and 10 from the 35. Use check in motion. Purdy under center. Use check in motion again. Purdy takes the snap, throws, gets CMC out of the backfield. He's got some blockers. He gets it to the 47-yard line. That's going to be 1st and 10 for the Niners. And that's a good question, Jimbo. By the way, I'll ask you this question as well. Reports are that Mike Kafka is interviewing for the Eagles' offensive coordinator's position. How do you feel about maybe having the former Giants offensive coordinator, who I think is a very good coordinator? Do not get me wrong. I like Mike Kafka. Becoming the offensive coordinator for your Philadelphia Eagles. Handoff here to CMC. He's going to get 1 yard. 2nd and 9. I guess they marked him down at the 46. I thought he got to the 47. But now they are at the 47, facing 2nd and 9. Alicia says, ELS first get rid of that horrible fight song. What fight song? Do the Packers have a fight song? Do the Packers have a fight song? Yes, he did, Crafty. I saw it was bad. I was getting choked up with it too because he's talking about how he let his teammates down. with the turnovers and how much I do feel bad for Josh Allen a little bit. And I also am reminded that he gets to go home and fuck the shit out of Haley Steinfeld all the time. So my sympathy is muted a little bit, but I still feel bad for the guy. And a 4-yard pass is there to CMC. He's going to get it to the 49-yard line of the Seahawks. 3rd and 5 upcoming, and that is where we will start the second quarter. And what was all Seahawks for the first 15 minutes, 17-0 Seattle leads over the 49ers. Oh, okay. I see what you mean. We're not okay, because I thought you said you had to get rid of the god-awful fight song. I was like, I thought you were talking to ELS. So, but what makes the Eagles competitive? Get rid of the fight song. Alicia, I have never been prouder of you. Thank you very much for suggesting that, and I agree with you 100% because that fucking fight song. I'm trying to curse less. I am. I promise you, YouTube, I am trying to curse less. But that fucking fight song. I hate it so much. And that's not just because they're a rival. You know what I mean? Like, I love, like, the Washington Redskins, Hail to the Redskins. I love that fight song. I think that's a great fight song. Even though we're a rival, I like it. I think about college. USC's fight song. Notre Dame's biggest rival, even though they're bitching out now, USC, you bunch of bitches. I love the USC Fight On fight song. That is a great fight song for them. I just can't deal with Fly Eagles Fly. I think it is the worst. Absolute worst. I hate it so much. So, again, kudos to you, Alicia, for realizing that that song is the worst abomination in the history of the world. Sorry, Jimbo, it's true. It is true. It is true. Crafty says, ironically, Haley is a Bronco fan. I posted that video of her dancing in her Broncos jacket before after Josh threw the interception. I had the fumble. I posted that. That was funny. Jimbo putting is that Chinese or Vietnamese, or is that just put the characters next time? I don't even know what that means. Come on. Kenneth, great to see you in the chat, brother. He says, hey, friend, how are you doing tonight? I am doing good tonight. I always love hearing that from Kenneth. He's the best. He says, what are your thoughts on Indiana versus Miami on Monday night for the College Football National Championship? Pecan. He says, Indiana by 30. Pecan. Hard to argue with that. Indiana is that good. I don't think it's close. Jimbo says it's not Chinese or Vietnamese. It's look at these. Ha ha! Son of a bitch. 3rd and 5. See, this is the one good thing about when there's maybe a bad game or a blowout game or something like that. We just turn to the chat and we just entertain ourselves. We just play with ourselves in the chat. Brock Purdy, he's going to escape from pressure, throws across the field on a dangerous play, but I guess at this point, why not? Tungus catches it, and that's going to be a gain of 10 yards and a first down on a play that looked like it was headed for straight disaster. Straight disaster. And instead, the 49ers, in desperation, actually get a first down. Jimbo said, yes, you got... Jimbo, come on. We've been friends for 15 years now. Of course I got where you were going with that. Let's be honest. 1st and 10 for the Niners at the 39 of the Seahawks. CMC gets 2 yards, gets it down to the 37. 2nd and 8 coming up for the Golden Helmet boys from Santa Clara. Seahawks rushing defense, 3rd in yards per game, 1st in rushing yards or per rush. And I missed what the last category was, but they're doing very well. McCaffrey's touched the ball 5 times. He's got 13 yards. Brock Purdy, 7 of 8 for 55. And here he is on 2nd and 8, stepping back. He throws. CMC out of the backfield. He's going to get the first down to the Seattle Seahawks 29-yard line. Move the chains. 1st and 10, San Francisco. Christian McCaffrey putting in the work. The Niners, they're going to really have to put in some work here. Down 17 points. 49ers, play clock at 5, at 4, at 3, at 2, and the Niners are going to take a timeout. And that's going to be the first timeout of the half for the 49ers. Both teams now with 2 timeouts remaining for the rest of the first half. Pecan says that he feels the Saints are going to continue where they left off. As ELS had asked Pecan, a resident Saints fan, and Taylor Swift nut, much like I am, how he feels the Saints are going to do next year and what do they need to do to succeed. And I agree. I think the Saints are on the right track. They're on the right path. They just keep doing what they're doing. Saints are going to be good. And go with Shuck. The Saints can really fuck if you stay with Shuck. I don't know. Maybe I'll make that into a T-shirt over on the store. Jimbo says Brock, elite quarterback Purdy, playing so well in this game. Well, he is going up against one of, if not the top defense in the NFL, Jimbo. So relax. I mean, is somebody who has Jalen Hurts as their quarterback really trying to compare quarterbacks here? Relax, buddy. Relax. Almost got the, Listen, honey, you better relax yourself. Talking about quarterbacks over here with your Jalen Hurts ass. Throwing for Juwan Jennings, overthrows, incomplete. 2nd and 10 coming up for the 49ers. ELS says, hey, King, question for you. Out of our teams, which are the Packers, Giants, Eagles, Saints, what team has the best record in the 2026 season? It's only the 2026 season. It is not the 2026/27 season. It is only the 2026 season. And for that ELS, out of those 4 teams, I'll say the Giants. I think the Giants do very well next year. I think we get at least 10 wins, and I think we do well. Purdy just throws that one away on 2nd and 10, 3rd and 10. Coming up for the Niners. Jimbo says, King, that does need to be on a shirt. The Saints can fuck if they stick with Shuck. Yeah, there you go. Pecan says, can't answer that one. I don't want to jinx anybody. He says, I learned my lesson after the congrats for the Packers last week. Yeah, listen, we all thought that game was done. Whoops. 3rd and 10, Purdy. He's got time. Throws. It's going to be caught by CMC, but he is not going to be close to the first down. They're going to give him up to about the 23. They're actually going to mark him at the 22-yard line. So at least we get Taylor. And with 4th and 3 at the 22 of Seattle, the 49ers are going to go for a field goal here to get at least some points on the board and make it just a straight-up 2-touchdown game. So Eddie Piñero comes on to the field to see if he can make this field goal. The way things are going, watch him miss it. Snap, hold, kick. Nope, not even close to missing it. That is as straight and true as you could hope for. And that is a field goal, and it is good. And the Niners cut the lead to 14. It is 17-3. The Seahawks lead the 49ers. Oh, yeah, the kick is good. I don't want to let Taylor go down. I like Taylor. Oh. And that's the good picture, too. That's the one Alicia gave us. She gave us the picture of the Taylor butt there. So, all right, Taylor, see you later for now. ELS excited because his team, the Michigan Tech hockey team from Michigan Polytechnic University, I would imagine, they got a win and a series sweep over number 17, Minnesota State, as they beat them 4-1 in this game. So good to go for Michigan Tech. The Fighting Huskies. Crafty in the chat says, Purdy's O-line holding up a bit better than their first meeting. Maybe. I mean, it's whatever it is, it's not going great. It's still not going great for the 49ers. ELS says, go Huskies in the chat. Here's the thing. Do you think I might have to change the poll question because it seems like we do need to change that. Let's see. What'll be the question? New poll in the chat, by the way. Thank you very much, ELS, for giving me the update on the New Jersey Devils. As they have a game going on currently with our goddamn nemesis, the Carolina Hurricanes, our bugaboo team that we can never beat. And sure enough, the Devils currently losing 2-1 to Carolina. 14 minutes remaining in the third period. Kickoff here. Seattle's going to receive it at about the 6. Return it to the 15, to the 20, to the 25, to the 30, to the 35, down to the 38-yard line. 37, 38. They're going to mark them at the 37. First down and 10 for the Seahawks. Pecan in the chat says, Erin Andrews is hot. She does have a giant schnoz, but she is kind of attractive. She's got a flat butt. I'll give her that. But, I mean, she is a very attractive woman, so... Pecan, I'll ask you this question, as a gentleman of culture and leisure. If you had to hang out, if you had a date with one woman, Erin Andrews or Taylor Swift, who are you picking? Sam Darnold with a handoff to Charbonnet, but only 2 yards for Charbonnet, and it's going to be 2nd and 8 for the Seahawks. Yeah, no, every time Charbonnet touches the ball, we're going French guy. Sorry. That's just what we're doing here. Jimbo, I have no idea what that even's supposed to mean. Pass to Walker out of the backfield for Darnold. He's going to get up to the 45-yard line. 2 yards short of the first down for the Seahawks. 10:52 and counting remaining here in the second quarter. Seahawks still with a 17-3 lead. Thank you so much for watching along with this game on Stay Tuned Sports. I'm your boy King. Thank you so very much. Pecan says, after Redwood, I have to think about it. You think you couldn't, you can't compete with old Kelsey there, with old Captain Redwood? Oh, Jimbo says Carolina. I was like, Whoa, big pass. Sam Darnold down the, I don't know what was going on there. Stopped running. Did Rashid Shaheed. It was covered well, but it seems like Shaheed just stopped running. I don't know why. 4th and 2 coming up for Seattle from their own 45-yard line. I understand what he was saying, ELS. He did say, indeed, that the Carolina Hurricanes butt-plugged the Florida Panthers last night by winning 9-1. The Devils recently lost the game 9-0. The Rangers lost the game not too long ago after that Devils game, 10-2. A lot of teams have just been getting belt to ass lately in the NHL. Uh-oh, Jimbo has breaking news. I can't wonder what this is going to be. And that punt is going to be out at the 4-yard line. 4-yard line. Oh, shit. Jimbo is not lying. Ladies and gentlemen, oh, my God. Oh, wow. Breaking news. Jimbo has broken this news. This comes from our deep inside reporter, our insider, Jimbo Casterline. Bo Nix has broken his ankle. His ankle is fractured, and his season is over. This is coming from Ari Miroff. This is coming from Pat McAfee. This is coming from all these insiders. Bo Nix out for the year. For the rest of this run, he is done. From Nick Kosmider, Bo Nix will miss the rest of the season after suffering a broken bone in his ankle on the second to last play of the game. Sean Payton has confirmed this during his press conference. It will be Jarrett Stidham to lead the Denver Broncos in the AFC Championship game. Wow. Unbelievable. At first, I thought Jimbo was just talking Jimbo shit. Stidham will start for the AFC Championship game for the Broncos. Sam Erlinger will be the number 2. Bo Nix going to go undergo surgery on Tuesday for the broken ankle. Wow. Crafty says, unbelievable. Jesus Christ. No, Crafty, no. This is not. Don't make me laugh at a time where it's sad. You're not supposed to be son of a bitch. Oh, no. By the way, 2nd and 2 coming up here for the 49ers. And that's going to be actually good enough for a first down as they have 1st and 10 from their own 16. Oh, wow. Yeah, it was the second to last play that they ran. They said that he broke it on the pass to Mims. So now it feels like, if anything, it feels like whoever wins the Texans-Patriots game is going to the Super Bowl. To be fair, I don't think the Broncos' offense was great under Bo Nix to begin with, so maybe it's not as big of a loss as you would think. But, I mean, as bad as you think Bo Nix may or may not be, he's still better than Jarrett Stidham. Unless Stidham pulls a miracle game out of his ass, which could happen. I mean, we've seen stranger shit. We've seen stranger things. There was 5 seasons of it. The last one was iffy. See, even Peacon's starting to understand Jimbogwitch. 1st and 10 from the 31 for the 49ers. I'm just missing a lot of this game. Tongas over the middle. That's going to be caught, and a first down there. As we're still covering this news here, ladies and gentlemen, that Bo Nix, done for the year. Broken ankle. He is out. Trying to get any more news here. Crafty says NFL Network is confirmed. I mean, it's been confirmed by everybody. Rappaport confirmed it. Shefty confirmed it. ESPN has confirmed it. Ari Murph's confirmed it. I mean, it's all over, yeah. I mean, Sean Payton confirmed it in the post-game presser. So McCaffrey catches the pass out of the backfield on 2nd and 8, and that's going to be a first down for the Niners, 1st and 10 from the Seahawks 42-yard line. Niners putting together a drive here. But right now, the news is Bo Nix out for the year. Brandon Perna, he's got to be? It's got to be a day for him. Poor Brandon. He thought he had a great day, and instead, Crafty says, meanwhile, 49ers are moving the ball pretty consistently here. Yeah, they're not doing too bad. And the Niners have to call their second timeout as the play clock was running down. Niners get a touchdown there. They're right back in this game. They're only down a touchdown. Wow. Still nothing from Perna. I haven't seen anything from him yet. Let me see. Let me see if I can find. I'd love to see what his reaction is right now. Alicia says, I send my butt plugs. I mean, condolences to the Broncos. Wow. I'm trying to see. Oh, Perna's not even live. I thought he might have been live because he's not he hasn't reacted yet on Twitter. And I figured he would have responded by now to this. He has not. Grossi, I know Grossi because Grossi's doing the game here. So, yeah, he's going to talk about it. But I wanted to see, because Perna's a Broncos fan, I want to see what his thoughts are on it. And he's got, he's just like that. Kenneth in the chat, he says, who do you got winning both games tomorrow? Yesterday I picked, for tomorrow, yesterday. I picked the Patriots. Well, I did pick yesterday on the Friday forecast. I picked the Patriots, and I picked the Rams, although I said I think that one's going to be closer than people think because I think the weather's going to be an equalizer there in Chicago. But I did go with the Rams. But, boy, this is something, ladies and gentlemen. Bo Nix, who led the Broncos to the number 1 overall seed, no matter how good or bad you think the Broncos are. I never did buy into the Broncos, and I still don't. And now has brought them to the AFC Championship game with the help of the officials. Has gone ahead and broken his ankle. Oh, we got a little double flea flicker here, and then it's still just going to be a pass into the backfield for a gain of 1 yard. That was a lot for nothing there, San Francisco. Kenneth, he's got Houston and the Rams. Pecan says he's in mourning. Like, yeah, this is what we need, a reaction video to this immediately. Crafty says Broncos fans have gone from the highest of highs to the lowest of lows. I mean, you never know. You might have a great feel-good story on your hands if you're the Broncos. Jarrett Stidham comes in, journeyman backup quarterback, comes in and leads the Broncos to the Super Bowl. Like, how crazy would that be? That would be interesting. There's a little storyline for you. It'd be even more hilarious if that Stidham actually moved the offense better than Bo Nix did. 5 minutes remaining here in the second quarter. 49ers facing a 3rd and 6 from the Seattle 38-yard line. Wow. Crazy news. Jimbo, thank you for looking out and having that breaking news ready to go. Jimbo broke in with it and gave us the first clue that was happening. Pass over the middle. Is that going to be a catch? And they say it is. Ricky Pearsall with the catch. And that's going to be a 15-yard gain and a first down as he does. Ooh, they're gonna overturn that. They're overturning that. And they've come back and said, incomplete pass. Ricky Pearsall did not catch it. They say he did not have possession. It came loose when he hit the ground. So that's going to make it 4th and 6. Back at the 38 instead of a 1st and 10. Pecan says Broncos 15 and 3. Not too shabby, considering that they're not that good of a team and lucked out all year and haven't played a full 60 minutes of football. Yeah, no, it's not bad. Like I said, I've said all year they're the worst 14-win team, 13-win team, 12 team. I said they're the worst number 1 seed that's ever been, and now I'm going to say they're the worst AFC Championship game participant I've ever seen in a long time, and I still believe that. 49ers going to set up for a field goal here. Snap, hold, Pinheiro. Oh, God, as straight and as true as you could hope for. And the 49ers make it an 11-point game, 17-6. So slowly but surely, the Niners are clawing their way back into this game. 4:32 remaining in the second quarter. 49ers trail the Seahawks 17-6. In case you haven't heard, in case you didn't know, in case you're just joining us here, ladies and gentlemen, on Stay Tuned Sports, breaking news from the world of the Denver Broncos. Brock Purdy's for the 49ers. It's another B name. That's Bo Nix. Mr. Boverthrow himself. Out for the rest of the playoffs. Broken ankle. As he broke it on the next to last play, apparently, in their overtime win over the Buffalo Bills. Crafty says, can the Broncos sign Phillip Rivers? Somebody said, can they quickly trade to get Jameis Winston? They're looking around for anybody and everybody that they can get. I wonder if can you pick up somebody out there? Is Aaron Rodgers available? Again, he looks like he was just. It looks like he was just. Yeah, limp. Like it didn't, and he wasn't even limping bad. It was on a 1st and 10 play where Bo Nix ran for that 2-yard loss with 5:56 remaining. This was before any of the pass interference calls that got him down the field. They think that's where the ankle broke. Wow. Pecan in the chat says, "Where you at, Russell Wilson?" This is coming from other people here on Twitter. I mean this with the utmost love from my Broncos pals. This comes from Adnan Nanduri on Twitter. He says, I mean this with the utmost love for my Broncos pals. You absolutely cannot start Jarrett Stidham at home in an AFC Championship game and consider yourself serious. Find almost any other option. When we harp over and over and over again how much teams need to start investing in their backup quarterbacks, this is why. Crafty in the chat says Hawks can't be sleeping on this game. Like I said, Niners slowly but surely creeping back into this game. That's going to be a touchback there. And it bounced in the field of play and then out of the back of the end zone. So Seahawks get the ball 1st and 10 on the 20-yard line. Oh, we finally got a response here from Brandon Perter. He says, when the hell did this happen? How can this be happening? There you go. A lot of people saying this is karma and that ball don't lie. So I don't know how I feel about that, but we'll see. Jimbo says the Broncos should sign Kevin Patullo as quarterback. 2nd and 7 after a 3-yard run from Kenneth Walker on 1st down up to the 23-yard line. Boy, this stream got a little weird and wonky here after that breaking news situation happening, but there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Crafty says, I bet you he probably was. He was excited. He's happy. Probably broke open a nice little liquor bottle or something. You know, had something nice going. And the next thing you know, it's like, man, just getting kicked in the nuts. Hand off to Walker here again, and he's going to evade all these tackles, break them, and he's going to be about 2 yards short. 3rd and 2 upcoming. Pitch to Charbonnet. Not going to get the 1st down, but there is a flag in the play. Oh, and this is going to be against the San Francisco 49ers, apparently. And we have an injured Seahawk down on the ground. Is that Charbonnet? Do not tell me Charbonnet. I need Charbonnet to be okay. It's Charbonnet. I like Charbonnet. He's very good. What is the penalty here? So they say 5-yard penalty after the end of the run. And it is Charbonnet who was injured on the play. Looks like he was grabbing the back of his knee. Pecan in the chat says, Toradol and some tape. Come on, Bo, we need you. Crafty says, would be a big loss for the Seahawks. Charbonnet's a big part of that. Unbelievable. What kind of news that we have breaking here. Crafty says, Bo going down at this point has shades of Derek Carr's leg break at the end of the Raiders' 2016 season. Yeah, dude, the Raiders were set up to be really good that year, and that was the last time the Raiders had any promise of being good. Charbonnet making a trip to the blue tent. Oh, he got hit on the side of the head. It could be a concussion situation here for Charbonnet. He will be evaluated. We'll see what happens there. ELS says, live in Denver, the whole city is crying and on fire after Bo's. Stop. Don't say that, because that could actually be. Denver's one of those cities that could absolutely be on fire for this nonsense. Rashid Shaheed, he's going to do an end around here, and he's got a first down, and he's got more. He stayed in bounds, and he gets all the way down to the San Francisco 49ers 36-yard line. 30-yard run for Rashid Shaheed. It's a first down for the Seahawks inside 49ers territory, and that's going to bring us down to the 2-minute warning, ladies and gentlemen. Still looking at some of the reactions here on Twitter about all of this. Skip Bayless is saying shit. Someone needs to tell Skip to shut the fuck up. Trying to curse less, but hey, the Hurricanes got a hat trick against the Devils, so the Devils still suck. That's great to know. Hey, we got a possibility here, though. We got a Jarrett Stidham possible revenge game. If the Patriots win tomorrow, Jarrett Stidham going up against the team that drafted him back with Bill Belichick, who loved Jarrett Stidham coming out of college. Yeah, we got a chance of that. We got a chance of a Stidham revenge game. Let's go. Lloyd in the chat says, King, you were saying, what was I saying yesterday? I don't know. I said a lot of shit yesterday. I said a lot of shit today. I forget half of it. What did I say? Crafty in the chat says, so both teams ended up losing in overtime, in essence. Not really. The Bills kind of got really. Not only did the Bills lose, but they kind of got fucked. They got one of Alicia's butt plugs right up the butt on that one. Lloyd says, so far I'm winning the games I went against you. Well, you're right. I told you that yesterday. I said if you go against my games, you'll probably do pretty well. So there you go. All right. That's going to be an incomplete pass there. Looking for Oates right into the knees. Winter's in on the hit. ELS, you can't delete that. I saw what it was. I love it. Bone Nix. Very nice. Thrown over the middle by Darnold and is incomplete. Intended for Shaheed. 3rd and 10 coming up for the Seahawks from the Niners' 36-yard line. 1:51 remaining. Seahawks have 2 timeouts. Niners have 1. Kenneth says if the Broncos make the Super, Nix is out for the rest of the run here. He's going to be out until next season. Kenneth. So the Broncos, if they actually do win the AFC Championship game, they will be going into the Super Bowl with Jarrett Stidham as their quarterback. No, ALS, I thought it was funny. Bone Nix without Bone Nix. Get it? Because he broke his ankle bone. Throw it over the middle. Caught. And a first down to Jake Bobo. We got a Jake Bobo sighting. Hey, boo-boo. And that's going to give him a first down to the 20-yard line. The Seahawks are in the red zone. 1st and 10, Seattle. 16-yard gain to Bobo. He said, without Bone Nix. Oh, Kenneth Walker, he's going to get all the way down to the 11. They're going to mark him down. I thought he got down to the 10. They mark him down at the 11. 2nd and 1 for the Seahawks. 9-yard run for Kenneth Walker. You could say he nixed his bone. That's a crafty joke. That's more crafty than anything. Hand off to Walker. He gets that first down and goal for the Seahawks at the 7. Seattle will take their second timeout. Broken Bone Nix. Bone X. Jimbo, again, letting us have some breaking news here. And this one, it kind of called it a little earlier as it was looking like from the rumor mill, good old Ricky Scoops on Twitter had this earlier on in the day saying that it was looking more likely than not that Stefanski would end up in Atlanta. Jimbo letting us know now that the Falcons and Kevin Stefanski are finalizing a deal for Stefanski to take over as head coach of the Atlanta Falcons. Walker is going to walk in for another Seattle touchdown. And so I don't think ELS's prediction is going to come true, but it's still going to be a sizable lead for the Seattle Seahawks going into halftime over the San Francisco 49ers and saving a Packers-esque collapse by the Seahawks here. It appears that whoever is going to be playing in the NFC Championship game will be playing it in Seattle, Washington. Crafty says, beautiful whiff by that. It looks like this, even so, outside of Winters, it looks like maybe the Niners have given up as well. Extra point is up. The extra point is good. 24-6. The Seahawks lead. It has been a disaster class of a first half for the San Francisco 49ers. ELS said, I'm close to having the middle. Yeah, but close only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades, ELS. Jimbo says, yeah, I saw Adam report on it. Like ELS said, I'm dropping breaking news quicker than ELS. Did hell freeze over? Maybe. I don't know, man. I don't know. But Jimbo giving us the scoops. We're going to start calling you Scoops, Jimbo. Scoops Caster line in the chat. So much news coming at us so quickly here. This comes from Tom Pelissero, by the way. The Falcons plan to hire Kevin Stefanski as their head coach and are working towards a deal, sources tell Tom Pelissero and Ian Rapoport. Kevin Stefanski and Matt Ryan have been in communication since his initial interview with the Titans and the Ravens also wanting him to interview a second time. Atlanta moved swiftly to get the deal done and get their man. So there we go. Stefanski has landed on his feet. And what many consider to be like the second biggest get for head coaching outside of Harbaugh in this coaching cycle is now all but signed. So the Giants get Harbaugh. The Falcons are going to get Stefanski. Now we see where the rest of the teams end up here. 49ers are going to have 1st and 10 from their own 30-yard line after the kickoff, 31-ish seconds remaining here. Jimbo says, please call me Scoops Casterline. We'll have to okay it with Alicia. We'll see. You got to okay it with the wife first. You got to okay it with the wife. You got to get one of those little reporter hats, dude. Like from back in the day, it's got the little press card in it. You got to get one of those. Scoops Casterline, Stay Tuned Sports Herald. Purdy pulls it down, throws it into the ground, incomplete. McCaffrey was the intended receiver. But again, it is not working for the 49ers here in Seattle. Lloyd says, what do I get called? Ooh, there's a lot of names for you, Lloyd. There's a lot of names for you. I don't know if Scoops is one of them. They got some other names. Oh, we love you. We love you, Lord. Lloyd saying, I love this game. 2nd and 10, 23 seconds remaining. Purdy in shotgun takes the snap. He's going to pull it up and just run it himself, and he's going to get a 1st down and more, and then tackled in bounds. Niners are going to take their final timeout. Alicia says, absolutely not. What the F? I wanted to slap you for that nickname, and I'm not in a way that you would enjoy. Alicia, you don't know me very well. I would enjoy any physical contact. 13 seconds remaining, by the way, so you know what that means. We get to see her for just a little while. Crafty in the chat says McCaffrey looking hurt. I don't know. That's not. I mean, the Niners are looking hurt right now. If we're being honest here, Crafty. Timeout. Final timeout here for the Seahawks. So they are now out of timeouts as well. Jimbo says, "Oh, Jimbo, I'm calling you Scoops. Don't worry about it. Whenever you break news, you're Scoops Cash the Line. That's what happens. Scoops Cash the Line here with the news. Any other time, I'll call you Jimbo." Pecan agreeing with Crafty saying Christian McCaffrey not looking great right now, grimacing in pain. It seems like he's not on the field now anyway. Niners looking maybe kind of a Hail Mary situation here. Purdy back. Throws. They're going to say out of bounds. That was close to being intercepted. But he did not get both feet in bounds. Incomplete. 2nd and 10. 7 seconds remaining. By the way, according to the ESPN metrics, Seattle has a 95% chance of winning this game as it stands right now. Hard to argue that. Really hard to argue. Oh, by the way, we're done with 13 seconds. I don't know why Taylor's still up there. Sorry, Taylor. Bye-bye. Lloyd says, let's go Seahawks. So, last play of the first half. Purdy's just going to chalk it up. It's going to get down to the end zone. It's bouncing around. Oh! Tongus had a chance, had a hand on it, but it falls incomplete. And that's going to be the half. Ladies and gentlemen, at halftime, the Seahawks in full control of this game, 24-6 over the San Francisco 49ers. It seems like they are just going to cruise on to the NFC Championship game. Will they? Or will they have a bit of a collapse? Will they have a, no offense, ELS, a Packers-esque collapse, as the Packers did last week? When it looked like the Packers were set, they were ready to go. You had Pecan congratulating ELS, saying, hey, man, good job by your Packers to move on. And instead they collapsed. Will the same thing happen to Seattle? The number one team in the NFC? We'll find out in the second half. Thank you so much for joining us here. Lloyd, I don't notice anything. I'm the world's most well, no, I do observe a lot, but I also am very slow to recognize. So I don't know. If your behavior is different or something like that, I don't know if you're faking being high or faking being sober or whatever the hell you're doing. But I just enjoy you being here. I enjoy your company. I enjoy you being in the chat. You make the chat fun. You make the chat great. You make the chat interesting, and that's why I like you, Lloyd. Thank you so much for joining us there in the chat. Same with Pecan. Same with Jimbo. Same with Alicia. Alicia's always fun in the chat. A little wild, a little nuts, but she's always fun in there. Pepper Jack doesn't show up in the chat much anymore. She never really did. She'd always pop in if we were talking about something Taylor-related, something that she would like, but usually she doesn't pop into the chat anymore. Lloyd says, I was giddy earlier. Dude, I was so totally high. I was really totally high, man. I'm telling you. I've been there too, but it doesn't wear off that quickly either. I've had edibles. I usually cut my edibles into quarters so I can kind of like better dial it in. Like if I want to have like if I just need to like relax or if I need to like chill out for the day, you know. Oh, well, we knew that, ELS, and I think that was the whole point of and why the contract was taking so long. ELS letting us know here that as part of the new contract of the Giants, John Harbaugh reportedly will just report directly to ownership and not to general manager Joe Shane. So I mean, that we kind of knew that anyway, that Harbaugh was going to be in there swinging his big dick. And so that's what he's doing. Lloyd says maybe she was afraid of our degenerate. Alicia's never going to be afraid of degeneracy. That's what attracts Alicia is degeneracy. Alicia says when I completely derail this chat for R-rated fun, but no, you actually make the chat pretty fun. We kind of need some R-rated fun right now. This game is a bit of a bore fest, a bit of a snooze, as they say. Lloyd says Alicia, that would scare anybody. Lloyd says that's what I said. Crafty says so. The contract for yes, the Giants are going to have a press conference on Tuesday, announcing Harbaugh as the new coach. The Giants have now officially posted it. They have said they have signed him. He is signed. He is done. He's ready to go. Oh, you meant Pepperjack? Probably scared Pepperjack. That's true. Crafty says more like John Hardball. Let's see. What did ELS send me here? I've seen a couple of those memes already. As I said, I saw the Jameis Winston ones. I've seen the Phillip Rivers one. People are like, Broncos, you got to get somebody. As somebody said, if you go into the AFC Championship game with Jarrett Stidham, you're an unserious franchise. So, yeah, no, I think Pepperjack, and rightfully so. I think she's very off-put by the degenerate behavior that happens in this chat sometimes, and she's fine. She is a wonderful person. She's a very innocent soul, and she doesn't want to deal with people that are as big as degenerates as we all are. Perfectly understandable. I understand that very well. But if you are a degenerate and you're watching along with us here, thank you so very much. If you'd like to join the chat, chat's open. Come in, say hi, say hello, say how you doing. Make sure you click on the live chat option, not on the top chat, so you can see everybody's absolutely degenerate comments that they have in here. It is gross. But some of these people say in here, disgusting. But I bet you'll like it. It's fun. By the way, if you like anything that you're watching here, including the degenerate chat room, hit that like button, hit that share button, let other people know that this channel exists. That certainly helps us out tremendously. And, of course, as always, if you haven't done so yet or this is your first time here, please hit that subscribe button and the notification bell as we are on the road to 1,000 subscribers and hopefully being monetized on this great and glorious platform known as YouTube. Links for our donation station and our merch store, by the way, are in the chat, top of the chat. It's pinned up there and in the description below. By the way, if you're a Bills fan, I'm sure you could probably use this right now. Fuck the rest. Hoodies and T-shirts. Comes pre-pixelated, so you won't break any obscenity laws wherever you may live. But fuck the refs. Hoodies and T-shirts available. bit.ly/staytunedmerch, or as I just mentioned, in the top of the chat, pinned, or in the description below this video. Go get that right now. While you're waiting in for halftime, Kenneth says, coffee and break. Let's do the game Monday night. That's it, baby. We've got college football coming up here Monday night, obviously, the championship game there. Halftime here, we've got 7 minutes and 16 seconds remaining in the halftime. Alicia says, do I need to summon Peppa? Nah, leave Peppa. She's enjoying. She's watching Friends. She's having a good time. Lloyd says, I love that hoodie. Lloyd, that hoodie's available for you to get whenever you would like right there, or a T-shirt as well. Especially in the South there. I know sometimes it's not always there. Well, I'm leaving the chat for a second here because it's usually a coffee break. It's halftime break. Give me a second. See, now you guys are causing the problem. And now I'm going to see. Now I got to do this. Now I got to do this. Now, see, now we're going to go to a break. First I got to remove this. Hold on. Let me remove that. Yes. And now we're doing this. And we're back. Getting ready, ladies and gentlemen, for the third quarter to start here. We're about a minute away from the end of halftime. Lloyd says, Alicia, tell her that King is being a degen. Listen, Pepper Jack knows I'm a degenerate. She's well aware of that. She is a lovely, beautiful, innocent soul. She knows I'm not. For some reason, she still loves me, though, so that's pretty good. Alicia said she knows that I've been with him for we're coming up on, May is going to be 8 years, I think. Alicia also says, in case no one is aware, Jimbo, Pepper Jack, and I have been best friends for years. Pepper Jack in the chat says, I heard you calling on the megaphone. Alicia says, King limped away. I literally went to go see Pepper Jack. She's literally right over there. I said they're going to try to lure you into the chat with being degenerate sexual deviants. And she was like, they don't scare me. It's okay. And the second half is kicking off right now. Crafty says McCaffrey is listed as being injured. He injured his shoulder on a block. Isn't that how that always ends up going? Niners, they get a return of 25 yards on the kickoff, and they're going to get it to the 28-yard line, and that's where they will start. They've got a massive hill to climb. $18 points. They are down. Oh, she's 1,000% innocent. Guys, stop. Jimbo and Alicia trying to say Pepper Jack's not innocent. She's super innocent. Stop it. We got a flag down. Brian Robinson gets a yard. What's the flag going to be here? And now they say no foul, but you threw the flag. So, ladies and gentlemen, we still count all flags here, as you can tell on the logo there. Says, flag counter, not penalty counter. Pepper Jack in the chat says, I'm an angel. Indeed, she is. Believe me, she is. Trust me. Trust me, everybody. I'm not lying. I know a lot of people want to sit there and say, oh, no, my girl, she's super innocent. She's an angel. She knows all that kind of stuff. Blah, blah, blah. No, she is. If, like, those Left Behind books were real, by the way, Purdy's just going to throw that one away on 2nd and 9, 3rd and 9 coming up. Like, if those books were real, Pepper Jack is one of those people that's getting, she's getting raptured all the way up. Kurt Cameron's got to keep his ass down here. But Pepper Jack, she's getting a straight ticket. Right to heaven. Alicia says, so about those butt plugs, do men prefer light up or furry tails? The light-up one, I feel like, would make you look like an F1 car. You know, with the little flashing red light on the back as you're trying to go around, you know. Pepper Jack says, I'm not getting raptured, beefer. You're 1,000% getting raptured, Pepper Jack. 1,000%. Throw. That's going to be caught. Juwan Jennings with the huge catch. 19-yard gain for the 49ers. They move it down to their own 48-yard line. 1st and 10. San Francisco. Yeah, you're 1,000. You are so innocent. Like, there are newborn babies that are more sinful than your ass. Pepper Jack says, my mama told me I'm being left behind. No. Listen, let's be honest. The people who are like the Christian people, they get left behind. I love your mother. I love her very much. I'm not going to get – I know some of you degens out there are saying things already. Stop it. I love your mom. She's a wonderful person. I don't know if the rapture happens, if she's getting whoop. I don't know. I don't know. Again, I'm not God. I don't know how that works, but I don't know. I'm no theologian. But Pepperjack she's a lovely woman, and she is as super innocent, as virginal as a freshly fallen snow. 2nd and 10 upcoming here for the San Francisco 49ers. It's going to be a handoff here, and that's going to be Jordan James with the carry, as CMC still injured. Alicia, the only reason she wouldn't get raptured if she's near you is because your ass would be hanging off her goddamn feet and ankles. You ain't going nowhere. Get that down here. Pepperjack says the horns hold up the hail. That's Pepperjack. You talk a tough game, but you are no. Stop it. You are as innocent gets. Brian Robinson with the run there. And it's going to end up being 4th and 2. Listen, if you're the 49ers, you got to go ahead and get this through. Crafty says Tonga's leg just exploded with no contact. I didn't see that. Jimbo, that sounds just disgusting. I don't know what you're going for there, but oh, Brock Purdy on 4th and 2 gets sacked all the way back at his own 42-yard line. Turnover on downs. Ladies and gentlemen, I know there's still 12 minutes and 6 seconds left in the third quarter, but turn out the lights, the party's over. They say that all good things must end. Let's call it a night. The party's over, and the Niners gonna be going home tonight because they're getting their ass kicked. Oh, by the way, sorry. Yep, I forgot.
But too bad your ass got sacked.
Pecan says nobody is beating Seattle. Playing like this, I don't know. It's going to be fun. Depends on who they play. If they play, dude, they could play the Rams. That'll be a fun one. I think that'll be a fun one. Grafty says Tonga's legs spontaneously combusting sums up the 49ers' whole season. Although I'll say this. The Niners usually don't win games unless there's a player sacrificed to the injury god. So, blood for the blood god, skull for the skull throne. Maybe that's what the 49ers actually need to maybe get back into this game. Pepperjack says, oh, I didn't leave in the chat. I thought Pepperjack had left. I thought we scared her off. Which is kind of a goal now because that's the thing. Pepperjack trying to sit there and say that she's not all innocent. She's like, she's trying to pull the Britney Spears. I'm not that innocent. Yes, she is. Take it from me. So I've lived with her now for, about 8 years now. As just like a freshly baptized baby. Crafty says Seattle's D looks scarier with each successive game. Yeah, defense wins. Dude, can you imagine? We got a Super Bowl with Seattle and Houston. We might have another one of those like 3-0 game. Remember what was that? Patriots and Rams. That was like 13-3. Ugh. Kenneth Walker, he's going to get 7 yards, 2nd and 3 now down at the San Francisco 35-yard line. Pepper Jack in the chat says, King, you said that in your sleep last month. Blood for the blood god. Yeah, I watch way too much Warhammer shit. When you go to sleep and you're watching the Warhammer videos, and next thing you know, you're speaking in your sleep. I scared the shit out of Pepper Jack with that. I'm just in the middle of my sleep speaking about corn and blood for the blood god, skull for the skull thrones. You can tell the chat whatever you want, Pepper Jack. We've been talking about Alicia's butt plugs in here. You can talk about whatever you want. If that's not taboo, I don't know what else is. Darnold over the middle, completes it to Kupp. He had pretty decent coverage on him, but Darnold zips it right in there, complete. 1st and 10 down at the 24. Yes, apparently also in my sleep, if I'm not saying blood for the blood god, skull for the skull throne, apparently I speak different languages in my sleep, like legitimate languages. I don't know what they are. I only speak English. I failed Spanish with a 17 when I was in high school. Not a very good student. But still, apparently speaking languages in my sleep. Weird shit. Weird shit. Walker, he breaks it off onto the right side, and that's going to be another 8-yard gain. 2nd and 2, down at the 16-yard line of the Niners. Boy, this just seems academic at this point, ladies and gentlemen. This just seems academic. Unlike my career as a teenager, this appears academic. Walker, they're going to give him that? They are. 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Jimbo says, Pepper Jack, I can see that. He's a weird god, King. It's what? Stop saying that. Alicia says, we got to set up cameras. I've been begging her, if this happens, to do it, but she always says by the time she gets to her phone, I stop. Like she said, because she wakes up groggy too. Like you're in the middle of sleep. You're not expecting to hear somebody go, like whatever the hell it is I'm saying, which is apparently that's not what I'm saying. Because that's the only phrase I know. Oh, Sam Darnold. Oh, woo, woo, woo. He wished they were ghosts on that play.
But too bad your ass got sacked.
That is an 8-yard sack that knocks him back to the 22-yard line. There's Taylor. How you doing, Taylor? Great to see you. Second and 18 for Sam Darnold and the Seahawks back at the 22-yard line. Pecan says, I might need an exorcism. Yeah, probably. I got a demon inside me, and he just wants more cowbell. 5-yard gain there for Kenneth Walker. He gets it back into the 17-yard line. 3rd and 13 coming up. 3rd and 13. She could stay up there. She could stay up at the 13. Jimbo says, you're ahead of me, which I'd rather because it's plays like that I can brace and go, ooh, shit, he got killed. Alicia says, we'll set up cameras. We don't want to get Pepper Jack stressed about this. Pecan, obviously, he's got his Taylor Swift heart on there in the chat. Great to see you, Pecan. Thank you so much. I know whenever Taylor shows up, Pecan will be right there with us. 3rd and 13. Darnold getting rushed again, but he completes it out of the backfield to JSN. He's going to get down to the 6, and it'll be 2 yards short of the first down. I don't know why I said it like that. That was very terrible. But here we go. 4th and 2 from the 6-yard line coming up there. Pepper Jack saw Taylor there for a second. She got happy. We all get happy when we see Taylor pop up on our screens, Pepper Jack. It is it's a rare treat we get to enjoy. 4th and 2, Seattle's going to attempt a field goal. They said, we're not going to run up the score. They said, we're going to be gentlemen about this. Myers kicks it right through. 27-6. That is now a full 21-3 touchdown lead for the Seattle Seahawks over the San Francisco 49ers. It is not going to get any better, ladies and gentlemen. 7:07 remaining in the third quarter. And really, at this point, it is just a countdown to the end of the San Francisco 49er season. They had a good one. They had a surprising one considering all of the injuries that they have suffered. But at the end of the day, it is going to – yes, Alicia, you do get credit for this particular Taylor Swift picture. I'll pop it up here again so that Pepper Jack can say yes. I had a different one up there. I had the one from the award show, the yellow and black plaid corset one, which is a nice one. Don't get me wrong. I like that picture. It's very nice. Before that, I had Taylor in a Santa suit one. That was a nice one too. But this one comes from Alicia. She said, "Hey, put this one up there." Alicia wanted to see the butt, so Alicia got Taylor butt pick there, and that is why Taylor currently has our screen out there. Yeah, that one came from Alicia, Peppa Jack. Alicia says, yes, her butt is amazing. So in that aspect, me and Alicia do have, we do align on that, Yeah, I mean, it's a sweet butt, you might say. Round. And we also have a Taylor Swift for the fourth quarter. See, she pops up there. She's throwing the fours up to show that she's dedicated for all four quarters, but that's going to be coming up here soon. I don't know how much more dedicated we could be here. It is something. Oh, wow. I didn't get the timeouts back up there yet. Ooh, that's my bad. Peppa Jack says, "I'm shocked King didn't pick this one out sooner." I had a few different ones. Like we've had a pretty good rotation of Taylor Swift pictures for up here. We've had, I think I had the pink suit one for a while. From the Lover Set on era. We had the very boobalicious, like I said, the plaid corset one. We've had that. We've had a few. That's the thing. I don't think I ever had the midnight setup. So that's all Alicia for picking that one up. I don't know. Maybe I didn't want to go too buddy. Maybe I was still trying to keep it somewhat PG, and maybe that was it. I don't know. But people like the butt picture, so I'll give them the butt pic. People want the butt? I'll give them butt. What do you want me to do? But again, it's not just that. I know people are going to say, "Oh my God, so misogynistic, so sexist, it's terrible. It's so terrible." But listen, big fan of Taylor Swift too. Love her music. I think she's got great songs. I love some of her albums, especially all these later ones. Obviously, I think Reputation is fucking awesome. Great album. Big Rep fans here. 7:01 remaining here in the third quarter. Purdy still in the game. He's going to throw, completes that one to Juszczyk, and Juszczyk is going to get 11 yards on first down. Move those chains down to the 42-yard line. First and 10, San Francisco. I don't think I'm not going to pop up all the Taylor Swift pictures I have here. That I could put up here. Let me see. What other ones do I have that I could really put up here? Because we already know the one. Peppa Jacks, can we do a Showgirl one next? I think I had a Showgirl one up here. I think it might have been the one for the main screen, though. Because I have that one up for the main screen. Let me see. Purdy get all day to throw that ball, and it's intercepted. Intercepted, boy. This game is as over as it can be. Yeah, let me switch over to the main screen. I'll show you that one because we have. Here's this one, and then where's the Taylor I have here? Hold on. We have that Taylor there. She says hi. How you doing? ELS says, "Oh, this game sucks." Yeah, but having a big giant Taylor Swift on your screen kind of helps. So I did have that one for a while. That was on one of I forget why I have it all cut out like that, but I did. We had that one. I haven't done any. I didn't do any of the Marilyn Monroe one sets, like from the Fate of Ophelia ones. I haven't done that. We have. Let me see. Where's my other Taylor ones here? Oh wait. Oh, I did have one. I don't know why that one did. I never put that one up though. Interesting. So I did have a Fate of Ophelia one here. The Marilyn Monroe-esque one. But I didn't put it up there. That's interesting. Oh, I had her doing the splits too. I had that one as well. I did have Showgirl was around a lot during when the release happened. There was a lot of Showgirl. When those first few Showgirl shots came out, there was a lot of Showgirl. Let me see here. Because that's back in phone. I can still check around here, but where's the okay? Yeah, I had this one. Let me open up this one. I don't know why that one's so small, but yeah, you can see that one kind of. If I can put my head, yeah, there she is. I don't know why this one's so small. I'm not going to screw with all the stuff, but I did have that one there. I had that one there. What else did I have here? Let me see. I got another one here. Where's the one? I think I have the one of her doing a split over the chair. I think that one there. Yeah, see, another small one. I don't know why it's so small. But we had her there as well. So I've had a few different ones up here. First and 10 for Darnold. That's going to be good for about 6 yards after the interception. And now, thanks to Alicia, we got Butt Taylor. So there we go. There's a lot of tests. Lloyd says, testy, aren't we tonight? Talking about ELS. Guys, you stop it. Pepper Jack's in the chat, so you leave all of your problems alone, will you? Pepper Jack in the chat. Alicia in the chat. Jimbo in the chat. This chat is for degeneracy and inappropriate entertainment, since this game is not entertaining. As you can see, I switched from coffee to the beautiful Jägermeister and Mountain Dew because we got to get through this game somehow, baby. Got to get through the game somehow. By the way, Jägermeister, if you want to sponsor me, it is right here. Pepper Jack says, okay, fine. What are you saying okay, fine for? For what? Oh, just that we have had Showgirl Taylor on here before? Yeah, we've had Showgirl Taylor. If there has been an attractive picture of Taylor Swift out there, I have used it in some way, shape, or form on here. I did a lot of we had the Showgirl counter here when the album was coming out. That was the Rams 49ers game on Thursday night. We had a Taylor counter here. By the way, Kenneth Walker with a big first down catch for the Seahawks, 14-yard gain down to the 28-yard line of the San Francisco 49ers. We had a whole Taylor Swift counter on here for the countdown to Life of a Showgirl. Which, by the way, like the album. It's a very good album. Canceled, I think, is by far the best song on that album. I think that song slaps. And I do like Life of Showgirl. Life of the Showgirl has a very good, like a boom, boom, clap. Very much a We Will Rock You kind of vibe to it. I like it. Very good. I like a boom boom clap song, man. I love a boom boom clap song. Handoff here on 1st and 10. This one's going to be Rashid Shaheed on an end around, and it's going to be a loss of 3 yards. 2nd and 13 down at the Niners' 30-yard line. ELS says, yeah, I remember that. Dude, that was a great game, too. That game went to overtime between the Rams and the 49ers. And the Rams, they went for it on like 4th and 2 and missed it in overtime and lost that game there. Yeah, that was a great game. That was the night that Showgirls came out for all the Taylor Swift fans out there. Jimbo says, you know my feelings about Taylor Swift songs, and I did like her new album. I know you said that to me. You sent me a text. You're like, dude, I hate admitting this, but I think I like the Taylor album. Thrown, Cooper Kupp gets the catch, and that's going to be a first down for the Seahawks. Move the chains to the 15-yard line. And it is just, from the opening kickoff, it has been all Seahawks, and it hasn't stopped. Sometimes you get behind the 8-ball, and there's nothing you can do about it. And the Niners, just from the opening kickoff, returned for a touchdown, and they have been behind the 8-ball since, and they have not been able to get any footing in this game. And the Seahawks are just, right now, look like the best team in the NFL. Seahawks are going to take a timeout here. That's going to be their first timeout of the second half. Seahawks order down to 2 timeout. That might cost them later. They might need that. Alicia says, King, I sent new Taylor Swift pictures. Okay, let's see what we got here. Let's see. What do we got? What does Alicia think we should be using next? Oh, yeah, no, I had that one up. That's another one I had from Showgirl. When that's the album that I like because the vinyl of it is like this nice, very blue color. The 2 vinyls that came with was blue and gold. And so, yeah, just to let everybody know, that's the picture we're talking about there. Very nice, lovely picture of Taylor. Taylor did a great job with the Life of a Showgirl photography sessions. Fantastic, wonderful job. And that's going to be a touchdown. Kenneth Walker, boy, this game is just... Yeah, what about? Am I supposed to get excited for a touchdown? I mean, they're killing him. They're killing him. It's a murder that's happening in Seattle. 33-6. Extra point is going to make it 34-6. A full 4-touchdown, 28-point lead for the Seattle Seahawks over the San Francisco 49ers. Crafty says the 49ers D parting like the Red Sea. The D parts like the sea. And then you get A all up in your D and you J all over your B's. ELS says, at this stage, put the backups in. I don't disagree. ELS says, just put in all the backups. Yeah, ELS says, put in the backups. I don't disagree for both of them. For both of them. I think for the Seahawks, you put in your backups. You don't want to hurt. If I'm the Seahawks, you take that news that Bo Nix is out now with the broken ankle. You take that and you say, you know what? Drew Lock, your time to shine. You go in there. I say you put in all of your backups. The Niners, this is the last little bit. Maybe you want to still play all your guys as much as you can, as injured as you are. You're like, fuck, everybody's injured anyway. I don't think all the backups are already in because everybody's injured. But for Seattle, I wouldn't want to have Sam Darnold see the field the rest of the game. 12 of 17, 124 yards and a touchdown for Sam Darnold. I don't care. Oh, but my numbers don't. I don't care what your numbers look like. We are not risking our quarterback going into the NFC Championship game like that. Just punch the microphone. Sorry, everybody. Just cleaning the glasses. I'm not risking it. I'm not risking it. There's sometimes you want to risk it for the biscuit. This ain't the time to risk it for that biscuit. It's funny. You guys asked Pepperjack to go into the chat, and then you guys all just, you stopped being the degenerates that I was hoping you would be. See, I told you. Pepperjack shows up, and everybody gets real nice and innocent, real quiet. Everybody gets real, because you know why? She brings that aura about her. She's very much, she's very angelic, holy. You can't be inappropriate around her. You can't be a degenerate around her. She just invokes that. Everybody, relax, be nice, be good. She just invokes it. It's not anything she says, not anything she does. She just has the aura about her, and that's what she does. That's why you guys were all saying, oh, we think we scare her off. I don't think you scare her off. I think she scares you guys. I think she scares the rest of you. I think she makes you guys clean up your act. I think that's what happens. And so we have 2 minutes and 23 seconds plus a whole other quarter. We have 17 minutes and 23 seconds of game time. The fucking slog through here. So after the interception and the Seahawks converted to another touchdown, 49ers are going to return this ball to the 31 and first down and 10 from there. Yep, that's what we're going. That's what we're doing. We're to that point. ELS says, do we have moonshine available for the rest of the game? Like I said, I've got my Jägermeister. I got Pepperjack in the chat says, I scared everybody off. I know. Everybody was like, oh, get Pepperjack in here. Get Pepperjack in here. Pepperjack comes in. Everybody leaves. Everybody stops being degenerate. Everybody stops talking about butt plugs and all the R-rated sexual stuff. You notice that. I said, man, you got that aura. You have that holier-than-now Mother Teresa, the Madonna. You just, whenever Pepperjack walks into a room, baby. It's just, you can't be a dirty individual. You have to, you instantly turn and you're like, oh, that's probably why I speak Latin in my sleep. I'm getting like, saints, are speaking through me about the holier than now Pepperjack. Brock Purdy, he's going to run. He gets about 5 yards. I guess not. I gave him 9 yards on that play. But it's going to be 3rd and 3 still. Granted, it was 2nd and 12. I didn't think he was going that far. But either way, 3rd and 3 from the 38-yard line for the 49ers. And it's dropped. Juwan Jennings had it, and then he dropped it. Not that it matters. 4th and 3 for the 49ers. Niners are going to go for it. I mean, why not? You kind of have to. And Seattle's going to call their second timeout. They're down to 1. 52 seconds remaining. Crafty in the chat says Jennings A.J. Browned that pass. Ooh, A.J. Brown becoming a punchline. That's got to sting the nostrils. Alicia says, no, I'm here. You can't scare me. Pepperjack says, I am holy because I follow Papa V. I love Ghost. I agree. Ghost is cool. That was probably, like I said, we went to a lot of concerts last year. It was our summer of concerts. You had what did we start? Did we start? Was Brand New the first one we saw? Did it start off with Brand New? Oh, it was the Ice Nine Kills double feature. Okay, which by the way, the sound tech needs to be fired because boy that was bad. Alicia says I'm being PG for no, that was the whole point, is not being PG with her in here. I told you guys, Brock Purdy's going to throw off his back foot, incomplete. He might have been out of bounds, but either way, it doesn't matter. Turnover on down. Seahawks get the ball. Alicia, that was the whole point, is that she was going to be in here and you guys were going to all be degenerates and say all your butt plug stuff and all the sex stuff and whatever it was. And you guys, I said, once Pepper Jack got in here, you guys were all like, oh, sorry, Holy One. I apologize so very much. Pepper Jack says, Papa V from Ghost says he loves butt plugs, and they do sell a whole line of the Ghost sex toys. They have like a Papa vibrator and dildo and butt plugs or whatever. They do have that. That is available. So in case you want Ghost shoved up your ass, they do have that. Crafty said, I thought he stepped out first. He might have. Alicia says, butt plugs vibrate, and those are fun. Toys, yeah. I mean, they go nuts, baby. You could do whatever you want with those. ELS says, question for everyone. If you're forced to live in one fast food restaurant, ELS, read the room, baby. We're talking about butt plugs, and you're talking about fast food restaurants for the rest of your life. I mean, I don't know, man. I think you gotta pick your spots a little bit better than that, ELS. Butt plugs vibrate, and those are fun. ELS then, hey guys, you have one fast food restaurant the rest of your life. What are you gonna do? If I had to live in one fast food restaurant for the rest of your life, what restaurant? Now, can I only eat from that restaurant, or can I get delivery from other restaurants to the restaurant I live in? And that's the question. In this day of DoorDashing and Grubhubbing and Uber Eatsing, is that really kind of... ALS, no, I'm trying to fix the chat. You're trying to keep this chat on the straight and narrow. I'm trying to veer us off into hell land. That's where we belong. I agree, Pepper Jack. That was my question. Is this a case where, so we can only eat so not only is it you're living in that restaurant, but you are forbidden, verboten. You can have no other food other than the restaurant food that you have there, and it has to be a fast food restaurant? Because I was going to say, I mean, I could do Olive Garden. That wouldn't be bad. Like, if we're doing chains, like, but if it has to be fast food, like, Crafty says, I wouldn't mind Taco Bell in my house like Devontae Adams said. I agree. I was thinking about that. I was like, wouldn't that be pretty awesome? Baja Blast whenever you want it, you know? I don't know. My ass would probably say like Popeyes. Oh, and Walker's going to break a couple tackles, gets down to the 24-yard line of the Niners, 1st and 10. I love like fried chicken. You can give me fried chicken all day, especially Popeyes fried chicken. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. That is just the most delicious stuff. Crafty says the 49ers making business decisions now. Yeah. Like, I feel like these teams have given up. Because why wouldn't you? I mean, here's the thing. If you're Seattle, man, you don't want to risk injury. I think either Taco Bell or McDonald's is Pepper Jack. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, we have reached the fourth quarter, and in games like these, this is where it really becomes necessary because you got to be dedicated. You really have to be dedicated. A lot like the players and the staff on the sidelines. You see them all throwing up the fours. You got to have the fours up there, man. Why? Because you're dedicated for all 4 quarters. This game, 34-6. And it looks like Seattle's going to go in and score again. And this game is just a straight-up blowout, just really bad game. That being said, we're dedicated for all 4 quarters. You know who else is dedicated for 4 quarters? Taylor goddamn Swift. She's throwing up the fours. You could throw up the fours in the chat right now and show that you're dedicated to be here for all 4 quarters, even if it's just to participate in our sexually degenerative chat that's talking between butt plugs and what fast food restaurant you would want to sit in the rest of your life. It's an eclectic chat, but here we are. Pepper Jack says, I would miss Arby's mozzarella sticks if I couldn't have them again, though. Yeah, dude, Arby's is good. ALS says he'd be either Arby's or Culver's. Crafty says Five Guys. Five Guys would be good. Five Guys. That's a great answer on that one. Five Guys. I do like chicken, though, man. I am a chicken fiend. Pepper Jack throwing up the Roman numeral 4. Look at that. Just like Papa the Fourth. Old Frater Imperialis. Crafty with his 5 minus 1. There you go. Thank you very much, Crafty. Pecan, he's got his 4 Taylor hard-ons there in the chat. Thank you very much, Pecan. Did you see Taylor throwing up the 4s as well? Alicia says, I used to have a dildo that would light up like a strobe light. That is... Was it like voice activated or was it like a movement activated? Like I would feel like having like a noise activated one would be kind of funky. That would be a little weird, especially in a dark room. Well, to be fair, any kind of strobe there, because you're just. To be fair, if you just had a regular light up vibrator, and just you work that son of a bitch fast enough, it would be a strobe light. I mean, technically, yeah. Yeah, you just you do it fast enough. You do it fast enough. Just saying. Pecan says, clap on, clap off. More ways one. Arby's is goated. Alicia says, Arby's, they have the meats. I love meat, says Alicia. I know you do. Seahawks just pushing the pile there inside the 10-yard line. That's going to be 1st and goal for the Seahawks. That's a 15-yard run/push from Kenneth Walker. He was carried. And that's going to be 1st and goal from the 9. Pepper Jack says, I couldn't pick a place that was burgers only or chicken only because I would want the variety. I do agree with that as well. Pepper Jack does say Arby's is goated. ELS, I don't know. ELS grow up. Alicia says, oh my God, yes, those dildos do exist too. Pepper Jack says, why am I not seeing all of Alicia's chats? I'm missing things. Oh, Pepper Jack, you have to click on live chat, not top chat in the top of your chat. For some reason, YouTube at default puts everyone on top chat so that they don't see. Kenneth, I saw you talking about a link before. What link? I don't know what you're talking about. Was this something that you discussed before? About a link? I don't know what the link is for. But yeah, you have to put in live chat, not top chat, so you can see everybody. And that goes for anybody. If you're joining us in the chat room, you want to join us, that's fantastic. It's kind of getting off the rails, but that's the fun part. But you have to make sure it's on live chat and not top chat. Yeah. Jimbo says, okay, all caught up. ELS, I'll give you credit. You are dead fast to get this chat back into a PG rating. No, it's not going to happen. When the guy who's running the ship here is trying to make sure it doesn't go that way, I think that's fine. The person with Kenneth, what are you when did this happen? What are you talking about? What person with cancer? When did you bring up a person with cancer? What did I miss? Hey, Pepper Jack, bring your phone over. Let me see. Because it should be, because there's two things. There's a top chat and a live chat. Let me see what it's like on here. Oh, it's different on there. By the way, that's a touchdown for the Seahawks. On here, it's different. It says live chat, but you have to go over to the settings where it says top messages and then all messages. For some reason, it's different on the phone than it is on the computer. But there you go. Okay, we've got that all fixed. I don't know. That's what I mean. Kenneth came out of nowhere with this link, and if you want to go join our Discord, by the way, our Discord link is in the top of the chat and in the description below. You can join our Discord. Kenneth has shared a link in there for I believe it is somebody who has cancer, and I imagine it's to help them out with either funding, things they need, anything like that. If you want to donate, I'll go with that again because I have no idea. Kenneth just popped in the chat and said, "Here's a link for Chris." Who's Chris? I don't know who Chris is. Chris apparently has cancer. I don't know who Chris is, but apparently Kenneth wants to help him out, and that is perfectly fine. I was unaware of this. Just kind of a way to throw that up on everybody there, Kenneth. But yeah, so if you want to help him out, there's apparently a link in our Discord. If you want to join our Discord, link is in the top of the chat and in the description below. You can get that. Let me see. I'll post it in here too. I gotta find it here first. I don't know exactly what this is. Yes, okay. This is going to be something for a gentleman named Chris Hillard, or something like that. So it's great to see that he's got a lot of. That's a very well put together website. I'll say that. But that's very cool, very all that. And if you guys can help out at all, by the way, here is the address: climbforchris.com. If you want to see if you want to donate any time, money, anything to that, go visit that site right now: www.climbforchris.com. And you'll be able to help out this poor gentleman who is looking to get some cancer treatment done for him. And, again, try to help him out as much as you can. So you can go ahead and do that right now. That link is in our Discord. It's also now in our chat room there, www.climbforchris.com. ClimbForChris. Climbforchris.com. Kenneth says prayers for him. Absolutely. So we've had butt plugs, we've had strobe lights, we've had not arguing, but debating the benefits and detractions of the various fast food restaurants where you could end up living the rest of your life, whether it would be a Popeyes, a McDonald's, an Arby's. I mean, Arby's does sound good. And Arby's does have, they have all the meats. Do they have chicken strips too? I think they do. Arby's got chicken strips, right? Yeah. Arby's, you can get everything. You get the roast beef and cheddar. You get they got the steak nuggets now. Those things are pretty good. You get chicken strips. You got mozzarella sticks. And I'll say this, and Pepper Jack agrees as well. I mean, she's the one who introduced them to me. The Arby's mozzarella sticks are fucking amazing. Pepper Jack says Arby's has good chicken strips and chicken sandwiches, so you're set on all those fronts. I might change my answer that I love I don't know. I love Popeyes. I do love Popeyes. Popeyes is good. And that's it. If I was going to do a chicken place, I love Chick-fil-A. Do not get me wrong. But I like my bone-in chicken. I like my chicken thighs, and chicken breasts, and things like that. Not just chicken strips or things like that. Plus, I love just the juiciness and the crispy. Popeyes, man, doesn't miss. Popeyes doesn't miss. We've seen Christian McCaffrey now for the first time in a while. I don't know why you would put him back into this game at all, but the 49ers have. Let me get the possession arrow back over to the Niners here, as that was 1st and 10. From the 35 after a touchback, 8-yard run there from CMC, 2nd and 2. Handoff. That one is going to be Jordan James with the carry. 3rd and 1 coming up here for the 49ers. And that's what I mean. CMC landed on that shoulder, gets up, and is hurt and grimacing more. So I don't understand why you would have him in this game at all at this point. You're down 35 points. You're down 5 touchdowns. Third and 1, Purdy sneaks it. Why are you risking your quarterback? Pecan says Popeyes for me. Yeah, but you're a Louisiana boy there, Pecan. That makes sense. Love that chicken for Popeyes. That's me, man. I love that chicken for Popeyes. If I'm going to die, I'm dying with Popeyes. Purdy's going to pull it down and then just goes down at the 49 of the Seahawks, 2nd and 6 upcoming. Like of like the fast food burger places, I think I would actually end up picking Burger King over McDonald's. Just because I like the Burger King burgers better. I know. Sacrilege. McDonald's nuggets are clearly goated, as are their fries, as long as they're warm. Once you get cold McDonald's fries, they suck. But as far as like burgers, they're good. Jimbo says, fuck Popeyes. Jimbo, there's been a lot of things said in this chat, some very inappropriate things said in this chat. I will not tolerate any slander towards the chicken at Popeyes. Not allowed. You are not allowed. Crafty says Niners might as well sit their starters if they have the. I think that's my point, too, when it comes to the 49ers. You can sit Purdy. Don't put CMC in there the rest of the game, but everybody else is already backups because everybody else is injured. Purdy's going to have to pull it down. He runs again. By the way, he had completed a 7-yard pass to James on the last play that gave him a first down. This one's a 3-yard run, 2nd and 7. Again, I'm not even really paying attention to this game. There's not really a reason to. Jimbo says maybe it's because in the Wilkes-Barre Heights that Popeyes is maybe not the best. I don't know. I've had the Wilkes-Barre Popeyes. It's not bad. I mean, maybe the service isn't. Oh, Purdy gets sacked. He fumbles. And you saw every 49er there make a whole ass business decision and said, they went Cam Newton on that one. They said, I am not diving on that ball. I ain't risking it. Pepper Jack says, don't forget. Oh, Checkers. Checkers cheese fries. Holy shit, are those things fantastic. Jimbo says, holy shit, there's still 10 minutes in this game. Call the game. I know. 9:12 remaining. Another turnover there. And we're just here. I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is. Alicia says, hey, Google alien dildo images. There's a lot of weird dildos. Like you ever see what's the one they call? The big dragon. It's like something big dragon or crazy dragon or some shit like that. You see a lot of the porn stars with it. They got the tentacle ones, too, if you happen to be huge into hentai. Not my thing, but hey, it takes all different kinds. Takes different folks, different strokes, literally for different folks. Alicia says, KFC is superior to Pop. Alicia, that's insane. You've got the wrong meat in your mouth if you think that. There's not a chance in hell KFC is superior to Popeyes. KFC is soggy fucking cardboard next to the superior crispiness and deliciousness of the golden friedness that is Popeyes. Get out of here. Pepper Jack does bring up the point that KFC did just get cheese curds, fried cheese curds. So I'll give them that. Alicia says, I know meat. Well, apparently not that well. We got to readjust that mouth to get some different kind of meat because you're making bad judgments on meat in your mouth. Jimbo says, we really need to figure out how to stream YouTube chat plus OnlyFans. Yeah, listen, you and Alicia are the ones that want to do the OnlyFans. Jimbo's just saying words at this point, I think. Pepper Jack says, I know more meat. No, you don't. Maybe fast food meat, yes. Alicia says, Pepper, calm down. I've had a lot more meat. Pepper Jack says, fast food meat. Yes, we know. Pepper Jack, trust me. I know. I am a fast food meat queen. Alicia is just a meat queen. Pepper Jack is at least just a fast food meat queen. 9 minutes and 12 seconds we still got to go through here? God damn it. They have finally taken out Sam Darnold. Horsecock Lock is in the game for the Seattle Seahawks. And he hands off here to Velus Jones as Kenneth Walker will be sitting as well. No gain on 1st and 10. 2nd and 10 from the 41. Jimbo says, on a serious note, King, which game off the rail chat this season was the best to call? Hard to tell. This one's not bad. This one's I think by far the most off the rail one that wasn't just boring. The one 2 weeks ago, the one that kind of started the Saturday nights that we've had here. That one wasn't bad. It was another San Francisco Seahawks game. Go figure. But Pepper Jack wants to know: is there a fast food meat OnlyFans? Is that a neat? Listen. If there's one thing we know about the internet, it is Rule 34. If it does exist, there is porn for it. So I'm pretty sure you can probably find somebody out there that is on OnlyFans doing some kind of burger patty on the nipples kind of situation going on there. You know, covering themselves in a Wendy's Frosty in an oh so sensual way, something like that. You know, I'm sure it's out there. Jimbo says I'm trademarking that. Crafty in the chat says this game is the best argument for a mercy rule in football that I've ever seen. It is something. Alicia says ELS gave up. Yes, and we all love ELS. We do, but he has thrown in the towel. Pepper Jack says I got to break new ground. Pepper Jack wants to break new ground. The day Pepper Jack gets an OnlyFans is the day that never comes. We know that is never happening. She talks a big game. That's never happening. There's a better chance of aliens coming to Earth, opening the door, and saying, "Hi, we're aliens. By the way, we also have started an OnlyFans," before Pepper Jack starts an OnlyFans. That's what we're talking about here. Pecan says, a foot-long coney. I'm sure there's an OnlyFans for that already. Lloyd says, back. Whoa. Yeah, you've missed a lot. Lloyd. Jimbo says, better chance to happen. Pepper Jack getting an OnlyFans or Pepper Jack coming on an STS stream. Pepper Jack would be on an STS stream before she'll ever start an OnlyFans, and she'll never be on an STS stream. So we know that. She'll never be on a Stay Tuned Sports stream. And she'll be on a Stay Tuned Sports stream before she'll do an OnlyFans. You know that. Come on. Lloyd says, King, set one up. No. Alicia says, give me the new Taylor. I'm not putting your new Taylor. I'm not. No, new Taylor is not in there. We only have old Taylor. Pepperjack says, well, I can just show my feet. You've talked about that whole feet thing, and you never did it because you know better. You're not that kind of person, Pepperjack. We love you, but you're not that kind of person that's going to do that. You could. Those feet bitches make a shit ton of money, but you're not going to do that. Lloyd says he shows his bald spot. That's true. Your friend did get rich with the feet stuff. That's what you, because you talked about that too. You're like, I could do the feet thing. I was like, if you want to, go nuts. But you didn't. And that shows how good and innocent you are. Alicia says there's a lot of money in feet. Go figure. I was never one of the feet guys. Like, I don't get the appeal of the feet. But, man, those guys will throw bucks up for that, man. I don't get it. By the way, somehow the 49ers got the ball back here. 1st and 10. Not that we're paying attention to that. Pepperjack in the chat says, my friend did the feet thing, paid for her college, and then stopped. Pepperjack's like, you're making bank. Why would you quit? That's very true. That is very true. That is, again, it takes, different strokes, different folks, and everything like that, man. But I'll tell you what, I never got the feet stuff. Pepperjack says, ELS, bring back the food. What would be your favorite fast food to eat off of feet? That got a laugh out of Pepperjack in the other room. I heard it. Oh, pass down the sideline, looking for Juwan Jennings on a 3rd and 6, 4th and 6, coming up 4:30 remaining in the 4th quarter. Alicia says, Jesus was never in this chat, Alicia. Let's be honest. Jesus, Jesus, Yeshua, whatever you want to call him. That's it. Jimbo says pizza. Jimbo, the quickness in which you said that makes me think that you have eaten pizza off of Alicia's feet. I'm not sure how to feel about that. Alicia says our second pizza, which just makes me more firmly believe that Jimbo at some point has eaten pizza off of Alicia's feet. You guys don't answer that quickly. Pepperjack says there's a joke in that different strokes line somewhere. Well, that's why I said before, different strokes for different folks. Literally different strokes for some. Especially when you're talking about either the light-up ones or the strobe ones or the bad dragon. That was it. You had bad dragon, and you had I think the one is like the Kraken or something. It's like the big fucking tentacle one. Jimbo says, I used to be a wild boy in a day. Bullshit, Jimbo. I've known you. You've always been a good boy. And that's coming from me. Well, I don't know. Is that you're a good boy, or is that just that I'm that much of a degenerate? I'm starting to lean towards more it's just me being a degenerate, that even you seemed good, even though you don't think you were. Again, by my standards, you were pretty good. Oh, Seahawks got the ball back, obviously. Here, we're just killing time here. 4:14, talking about eating pizza off of feet. And yeah, here we are. We're just here talking about bad dragons and Feet Finder and paying off college tuitions. Alicia says my husband can eat anything off of me. There you go. Well, there you go. There's the invitation. Jimbo, yes, Jimbo. I remember one time. When I used to hang out a lot with Jimbo, he had an apartment right above Stan's Bar, well, a lovely bar that we used to go to all the time. It was owned by his father, and he brought home a girl one time, and she was a lovely girl who the first words ever said that I heard her say was, "I'm so high." Not hello. Not how you doing. My name is such and such. I didn't even remember what her name was. But I do remember, first thing she said, walking in the door, Jimbo introducing me and my girlfriend at the time to this young lady. First word she said, not hello, not hi, not how you doing. My name is such and such or whatever. It was, "I'm so high." All you needed to know about that woman right there. Lloyd says, Alicia, don't look up what truffle. We all know what truffle butter is. Stop it. Pepper Jack says, Alicia already knows. Pepper Jack's already on top of it. She knows. She knows that Alicia knows. She knows Alicia knows because she knows I know, and she knows that I've probably talked about it with Alicia in her presence at some point. No, that is not what truffle butter is. That is not what truffle butter is, Alicia. I thought you knew, but apparently you don't. Yeah. Yes. No, Jimbo, the look that me and Alice gave each other after that particular moment when that lovely female friend of yours came in with you, like we didn't say anything, but it was like one of those knowing, like, all right, there you go. All right. Like, when she leaves, we'll talk to Jimbo. Jimbo, we're going to have a word. Oh, good times. Good times. Lloyd is gagging. Alicia's done it a couple times. God damn it. God damn it. So bad. Lloyd, you don't see, this is the problem, Lloyd. It's like we're all having fun here and doing stuff like that, and then you go right on to you took it too far. We all know, we know what it is, and you have to go ahead and do that. Just removing that message for now. We're down under 2 minutes here, thank God. This game is going to be almost over. Just a couple more plays. And the Seahawks will have made it official as they just laid the whooping on the Seattle Seahawks, as we've been talking about. Light up vibrators and fast food and OnlyFans and feet finder and truffle butter. And old girlfriends and new experiences. Uh, 105, 104, 103 remaining, 3rd and 1 coming up here for the Niners. God, just end it. End it. End it! For the love of God, end this game! .42, 41, 40 seconds left. The 49ers will now take the snap, hand it off on 3rd and 1. It'll be a first down, and thank God that will be the last play of the game. Ladies and gentlemen, it is over. The Seattle Seahawks, it was over after the opening kickoff. 41-6, a 35-point drubbing of the Seahawks over the San Francisco 49ers. And Seattle right now, if you had to ask, who do you think would be the favorite to win the Super Bowl? Right now, it looks like it is these San Francisco 49ers. Jimbo says again, games like this, you need the Rocky scene. Which Rocky scene is that? I have no idea. Alicia Cashline says, if you do truffle butter, you get what you deserve. Lloyd says, I called both games. Again, I'm 0 for 2 on the games. I had the Bills winning, and if it wasn't for the officials, they would have won that game. Alicia says, I want a divorce. Pepper Jack says, caw! Let's go Battlehawks! Caw is the law! I know she's saying it for the Seahawks, but I'm still loyal to my Battlehawks, baby. Go St. Louis Battlehawks. But Pepper Jack, you picked Seattle, right? Yeah, I think you picked Seattle. I picked the Niners, but you picked Seattle. I don't think you did. No, I don't think you did, because remember, I was making fun of you because I was like, oh, I'm telling. Oh, I don't think so. Well, let me check, because I think I have you down for the Niners. I don't think you did. Okay, no, you did. You picked the Seahawks. You did. By the way, everybody in the group chat picks has at least one win. Except for your boy King. 0 for 2, baby. I'm the only one without a win, at least. My nephew Thomas and my other nephew, Brody, they are both tied for first place, 2-0. So the two nephews up on top. Robin, my brother Russell, my mom, Peppa Jack, and my father all have one win. Myself, 0 for 2. Not doing great. That's why you're right, Lloyd. I tried to tell you. You do the opposite of me, you're going to do well. You did. You're 2-0. I'm 0-2. That's how it goes, baby. Oh, well, that was something, huh? We had to suffer through that, but we did. We had a great game to start off there with the Bills and Broncos. Ended, unfortunately, Bo Nix, broken ankle, out for the remainder of the playoffs. Plus, the officials kind of really fucked that game over at the end. Jimbo says Sam Darnold against whoever the Broncos put out there at quarterback in 3 weeks. Pecan says, I picked the Broncos and Seahawks. Yeah, but are you picking Jarrett Stidham to win the AFC Championship game? Pecan says, I picked the Broncos and the Seahawks. So Pecan also 2-0 today. Jimbo says Hostetler did. Yeah, but Hostetler was a lot better than Jared. We know what Jarrett Stidham is. We know what he is. Again, I think it would be a great story. But, I mean, that's the thing. It would be a great story because it would literally be something completely out of nowhere where he's going to be able to come in and get a victory where nobody thinks he can. I know who you're talking about, Jimbo. I know Hostetler. See, I knew it. I knew what you're talking about. Alicia says, come back, ELS. We love you. I think Alicia might like you a little too much. I don't know. We'll see. She wants some of that Wisconsin. She wants some of that Wisconsin boy up there. She's like, come on, baby. Oh, God. So this one was something. Seahawks win 41-6, as I mentioned. That's a 35-point win. And now tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen, starting at, what is it? I believe it's 3? Is it 3 or 3:30? I'm going to say, I think it's 3:30. We will start off with the second day of divisional playoffs. It'll start off with the Houston Texans traveling to Gillette Stadium to take on the New England Patriots. And then after that game at 6, I believe it's 6:30. Or is it 6? It's 6 or 6. It's 3 and 6:30, or it's 3:30 and 6. I'm going to say, so I think it's actually 3. So it's going to be 3, Let me see. Yeah, it's going to be 3 tomorrow is Texans Patriots, and then at 6:30, the Rams and the Bears from frigid, from cold, from windy Soldier Field. And then after that, we're going to know who's playing in the AFC and NFC Championship games, and we'll talk more about that then. Pecan is asking Alicia, do you like trains? I don't know if that's a question you want to ask Alicia, because you're going to get an answer that I don't know. Maybe you do like. I don't know. Alicia, have you ever ridden on some trains? I don't know. I think is that a question we can ask? What are we doing? Oh my God. All right. I think it's about time we ended this rodeo. We ended this shindig. Thank you, everybody, so much for joining us for both of these games. The Broncos and Bills and this 49ers and Seahawks one, which was a doozy. Thank you so much for joining us for both of these. If you liked anything on any of these streams, one was a lot more professional than the other. But that's going to happen when you get some of these games here that happen. If you liked anything, please hit that like button. It does help us out tremendously. Hit that share button. Share this channel around with everybody. Let the world know that we do exist. That is a bigger help than you can ever imagine. And, of course, as always, if you haven't done so yet or this is your first time here, please hit that subscribe button and a notification bell. Because we're on the road to 1,000, baby. We're on the road to 1,000 to hopefully be monetized here on YouTube. And if that happens, it would be it would be incredible. Alicia, you know what kind of answer we're looking for. You know the answer we're looking for to that particular question. Outside of that, again, if you want to look in the description below this video, we have a link for our donation station, for our merch store, for our Discord if you want to join that. And plus, we have links in there to join over with our kind of partnered Discord with the Rubber Room to hang out with some of the guys over there. Good, interesting football talk that you would really like and enjoy. So we have all those links there. And again, now it's just waiting on tomorrow to see who gets matched up against these teams. Who's going to take on Jarrett Stidham and the Denver Broncos in the AFC Championship game as Bo Nix has broken his ankle and he is done for the rest of the year. Who is going to go and travel to Lumen Field in the beautiful Pacific Northwest, covered in hobo shit and cloudy weather, to take on the Seattle Seahawks? Will it be the Rams? Will we have another NFC West showdown, or will it be the surprising Chicago Bears and Caleb Williams traveling in to maybe have a shot at the Super Bowl? That's going to be interesting. We're going to find all that out coming up tomorrow. But for now, saying goodbye on this lovely Saturday evening. I hope everybody has a great rest of your Saturday night. Have a good night's sleep and enjoy the company of whoever you may be with. For my name is King. This has been Stay Tuned Sports, and I will speak to you all mañana. Adios, everybody. We still had breaking news music up there because of all the things that were happening. Sorry about that.